I believe the Raiders are going to go 7-9 in 2020. And this pick is going to make a lot of people angry because the Raiders have gotten a little bit better. They've made improvements to their team. And as you add good players, a fan base will expect more wins. And I totally understand that. I get it. The problem here is that there's only so many wins to go around. And the Raiders are better in 2020 than they were last year. But the Broncos in Denver are way, way, way better. And the Kansas City Chiefs are a dominant football team. They play both of those teams twice next year. Or I guess this year, because it's 2020 already. Season starts in like 2 days. They also play the Saints. They play Buffalo. They play Tampa Bay. They play the Colts. They play the Patriots. I like what the Raiders are doing. They're getting better. But unfortunately, getting better does not necessarily mean a ton of winning football games. It's the harsh truth that I think people need to hear. Now, the Raiders are in a good position. This is going to be a year of growth. They're going to get better this year, and they are better this year than they were last year. They added a much-needed rookie receiver, Henry Ruggs from Alabama. He was the first receiver picked in the NFL draft. He's a big playmaker. He's made a huge impact already in training camp. It's going to be awesome to watch Henry Ruggs in John Gruden's offense. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be a blast. You have Hunter Renfro, a solid second-year slot receiver. I just want to see Hunter Renfro get stronger inside when it comes to hand fighting and getting free with a release. There's little moments where you go, Hunter Renfro, you got to catch that ball even with people on your back, or you got to break free of that press coverage. Little moments like that, I want to see Hunter Renfro get stronger. Running back Josh Jacobs could have, and arguably, you can argue he should have been the Rookie of the Year last year in the NFL. He's unbelievable. He's a great, great running back. He can catch. He can run. He's great after contact. I love him. The Raiders' offensive line isn't terrible. Going to be fun and interesting. I want to see left tackle Colton Miller continue to make progress. He's a former first-round pick. The right tackle Trent Brown is interesting, really solid. I like him. And there's a lot of quality on defense for the Las Vegas Raiders as well. There are two defensive ends I like. They have Max Crosby. They have Cleveland Farrell. Jonathan Abrams is an awesome safety where last year he had a good training camp, was doing really well, good preseason, then he got hurt. And he only played in one game last year. That's a big loss. So this year, he's a former 2019 first-round pick. He's going to be back, and Jonathan Abrams is going to be healthy. That's a big advantage and a big help and a big boost to the Raiders. They also, in the first round, picked up Damon Arnett, a corner from Ohio State. He's got great technique. He plays the ball well. They had a linebacker, Corey Littleton, in free agency. I'm excited about the Raiders. I expect them to be a better football team than they were last year, despite the fact I don't see them winning a ton of games. I know it's going to make people upset. I feel torn about it too. And you got to look at how much better they're going to be. I mean, their secondary had a bunch of injuries last year, not to mention just bad players that got beat a ton. They made with people being healthy and with adding Damon Arnett, their secondary got better. Now, I will say this. As a team last year, the Raiders had way too many weird mistakes and just little things that you can't have go wrong, where they had costly penalties, they had missed assignments. Go watch Kansas City versus the Raiders. They had guys get beat constantly. They had players that fumbled at really bad moments and had fumbles you can't have. Like, there was a play where Derek Carr went to toss to the running back. The running back wasn't there. It's a really unnecessary, ugly fumble. So the Raiders are a young, growing team, and I expect this year to be a year of progress, but also a year of growth. Now, there's one weird note I want to make. I did a film analysis about their quarterback, Derek Carr. I like Derek Carr a lot. But the Raiders head coach, John Gruden, has a history with his former teams. Look at his stint previously with the Raiders. Look at his stint with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He has kind of I would call it quarterback ADD, where he bounces around often with this quarterback and that quarterback, and he cannot seem to pick a guy and stick with him. I think Derek Carr might be already his longest tenured quarterback. It's kind of bizarre. And then guess what the Raiders did this offseason? They went out and they signed quarterback Marcus Mariota out of Tennessee. They gave him a 2-year deal worth over $17 million. That's not nothing. It's a sizable amount of money. And it's all weird to me. And I wonder if at some point we're going to find out, why did the Raiders bring in Marcus Mariota? Was it because, hey, there's COVID concerns and They just want to have a solid backup. Maybe that's the case. It's very possible. Maybe, though, it's that John Gruden doesn't actually want Derek Carr. I know that's blasphemous. That's crazy. That's angry. That's going to make people angry. But I watched the film of Derek Carr, and I like Derek Carr. And if you like your quarterback, you don't make that move. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. And so something doesn't add up here. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm curious if we'll find out. Why did the Raiders bring in Marcus Mariota, the quarterback from Tennessee? I don't know. But we'll find out. I have the Raiders going 7-9 in 2020. I know that's harsh. I hope they do better. I'm rooting for the Raiders. I like John Gruden. I like their new stadium. I like Derek Carr. There's so many compelling people and stories in Las Vegas with the Raiders. But again, at the end of the day, I see them going 7-9. They've got a tough schedule. They're what do they call it? Their division, the AFC West, is outstanding. And I think because of all that, the Raiders are going to go 7-9.